Hello and welcome back, and thank you to all of those that have liked and subscribed so far. It's really appreciated, and thank you for staying with us. Anybody that's new to the channel, please like and subscribe. That would be brilliant. Thank you. Today I'm here to talk a little bit about tech and our first upgrade to Arnie. So the first thing that I've done a DIY fit of the Alde Aquaclear UV-C. So that's what it looks like. You have, for those that haven't seen it, the UVC unit that kills the bugs. Then you have the carbon filter that fits on the end of there, that captures anything on the way through, purifies the water, just give it a bit of a polish up before reaching your taps. So install it on the outgoing flow of the pump. So this doesn't affect the water that's in the tank. So the water that's in the tank remains chlorinated directly from main supply, so that stays as it is. We're not affecting that, but as we then feed it through the van, as it comes out the other side of the pump and to the taps, it is then purified and run through the filter. So you get the best of both worlds there. So if you've got water in your tank for a few days, you haven't got to worry about it going off or bug proliferation, because that's what you can get if you purify your water and take away all your chlorine. So yeah, for us, we just wanted that peace of mind and that convenience. Like we've said about Motorhome, I mean, everything is about convenience. So the convenience of basically filling your kettle from your tap and not having to worry, or just a glass, if you want a glass of water, it's directly from your tap. That's what we can now do and have no worries. The studies around UVC and carbon filtering are all there. I can put you onto studies where they're using them in hospital settings. You know, it's something that I'm involved with myself. So this was a no-brainer for me, because in our previous motorhome, it wasn't something that we ever did. We'd never drink from the tap. Even though we drained it down every time and we tried to flush the lines, and you know, it's just that we didn't want to risk any of it, especially with having a child that is also susceptible to bugs than most of the children. So we always were really kind of strict with what we did, but now we're more than happy to you know, drink the water from the tap. It's a bit of a game changer. I feel it's a game changer because, you know, we're like everybody else. You go and fill up a big container that you use for your drinking water, or you're going to boil or whatever, or we see people at the tap with their kettle and different things. So we know that those people that we see stand there and fill up their kettle and stuff, we think, well, we know they're the same as us and didn't trust their system. But I would say this is a game changer. I've done a DIY fit, so I'm going to tag on to the end of this, basically me finishing off the fit, but it's a piece of cake to do. Anybody could do it, and I'm just going to go into it very briefly. So your pump, your incoming to your pump, you have a filter, so you know that's your incoming. So then you've got your pipe on your outgoing. So on that outgoing, all I've done is splice that pipe. It's got all the connectors with it, so then you push that on, Jubilee clip that on. You make sure that you got the flow symbols the correct way, and then you just connect the positive and negative wire. So you just take the cap off to your pressure switch. Now you'll find two positives under there. One is permanently on, one is only on when you turn the tap on. So if you've got a multimeter, you find which one is permanently on. It's not that one, so you put the positive on the one that's not live. You put your negative on, and then when you open your tap or put your pump on, if you're still again with your meter, you'll see the power come on. So that will only work when you open the tap, so you haven't got it on attached all the time. And also you'll see in the vid there's a little LED control light that basically shows that you're still up and running and working. So it's a very simple fit. It's a couple of £100. I'll say you'll have probably seen them, but brilliant, very effective. The first upgrade that I've done on this van, because it's so much easier now, where we, you know, because Steph always used to go out and buy bottled water, and if we're on a couple of week holiday, then, you know, coming to the end of that, we'd be filling from the taps and stuff. But it saves buying any bottled water anymore, which you don't know what's in that anyway. Not saying it's good, bad or whatever, but you know, you haven't got to be having a separate container to fill from there for your drinking. So it's ideal. So it was the first on the list to do. So I hope you enjoy and the little vid. Thank you for staying with me. If you stayed this long, I appreciate it. But yeah, as we keep updating things within the van, within Arnie, we'll keep posting. Okay, so in the garage with the little hatch open, showing the rear of the boiler and the feed pump. So as I said earlier, that is your incoming filter on the pump. And if you can see up here, that is your outgoing. It used to come down here and connect to the bottom. So all I've done is cut it there. This is now the Alde UV-C Aquaclear. So again, connects at the top, comes down, push connects to the filter. All I've done is screwed it onto this here, and again screwed it on there. Push fit on the bottom, again outlet, and where I've cut this from, again push that on, jubileed it there. So that pipe would have just basically come and been connected there. So very simple installation. It's a case of just chopping the pipe, connecting it up. Seeing that fits there, I thought of either laying it down across the bottom here just inside the door, or it fits perfectly there. And then the bit I spoke about regarding connecting it, you have the two lives. If you can see that, because it's quite difficult, let me just try and spin the camera around. Live there, that's permanently on. I could show you that on the meter. Then you have the second there that only comes on when the pump is on. And then I don't know whether you'll pick this up, but I through here, although it's a different coloured cable, you have your there. No, it's just through here. There's your negative. So I've connected the negative through there. So that's that, and then this bit here, that's the connection for the LED indicator to know when the pump's running and not. So there we have it. Nice simple connection, nice easy fit. Oh, you can see we can actually lift the bed up. And here is our access door. Goes safely away in the garage. So we now just got to install the little LED indicator, so when it's operating. So with this unit, we have the grill here at the bottom of the bed. So instead of mounting this somewhere where I'd have to pan the cable for quite a distance through the van, for ease of use, I'm just going to feed it through the grill. So I'm just going to put that through there. I'll show you the install shortly. So that just reaches through there. There's plenty of cable, which I'm going to have to neaten up. There we go. So that'll be fed through there. That'll go down the side of the heater shortly. So what I'm then going to do is we have, this is the rear side. So I've basically got some cable ties ready, and that's the face plate. So you have surround the faceplate with 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 that you can mount directly. You could mount it directly onto, if that was cut out, put the surround on, but to save any cutting etc, I'm just going to be installing it directly through this vent. As this is purely an indication to tell you the pump is running, there's no need in my mind to be routing it through the van and creating yourself more problems than you need. So this is in line from the sink. We can basically just have a glance down here on the floor and say, oh yeah, it's running, if you need that reassurance. So I've just got 2 cable ties for now. Put those in, feed that through, and then I'm going to tighten them up. Hopefully you can see everything I'm doing there. So I'm just going to pull those ties through, and then I think that's neat enough. So that's looking pretty good there. Oh, then we fit the faceplate. So there we go. So, okay, we're not completely utterly square, but as I say, you're not really going to be seeing that. Push that down there. That doesn't look too bad actually. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. So, as you can see, that's there fitted. And let's see if I zoom, there it is, looking all nice. So what I've since done, I've just come round. Now, the cable that's coming out the back, again, I don't want it being dragged out somehow or pulled out. So what I've done is put a cable tie onto the pipe there. It just stops the cable being dragged around. So I've got my cutters. That's one. That's the one I've attached to the pipe. That's 2. That's 3. So if we were to close that up, those can go in the bin. Just move those out the shot. So there we have the install of the Alde Aquaclear UV-C. Any questions? Not a problem. How have you installed yours? Be good to see. Yeah, so we don't have any water in the system at the moment, but if I was to put the pump on now, very briefly, that should light up. So I shall now put the 12-volt on. That's the pump on. As you can see, it lights up blue. There we go. That tells me that I know when the pump is running. So that is installed, all full and working.